Paul was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in May of 2013. He was working at the time as a neurosurgery resident.
And I began to have some of the classic symptoms of a cancer patient.
Something was going wrong. He was starting to have a lot of back pain, and he was starting to lose weight, much more than would ever be usual. And both of us were pretty worried.
My wife and I, who's also a physician, knew something was wrong, and I checked myself into the hospital and had a big workup and found out I had lung cancer, which was a big surprise.
Obviously, that was a huge, huge shock to everybody.
When you think about a young person with cancer, especially a non-smoker, you're thinking about lymphoma, testicular, melanoma.
I don't understand the smoking stigma anyway. I mean, if you have a heart attack, no one says, "Hey, did you smoke?" They just say, "I'm so sorry to hear about your heart attack." And that's actually the same way that I've always felt about lung cancer as a doctor and as a person in the world.
And when the diagnosis came back as lung cancer, we were completely shocked.
Paul got diagnosed with cancer in 2013, and our daughter was born on the 4th of July in 2014. And she's kind of an example of, just because you have cancer doesn't mean you stop trying to achieve your goals and stop trying to grow your family or all of those things that are important to you. So I think she's the very best example of living your life the way you want to, even though you have cancer.
I don't even know what to say about it, except, I could sit and hold that girl, all day long, and I couldn't be happier.
We learned about Team Draft because ultimately Chris invited us to represent Team Draft at a couple games. And it's just been so fantastic. I love what they do to raise awareness of lung cancer, and B, just kind of get people out and help them kind of celebrate what's most valuable to them, which is being with their family and friends, being out in the world, doing something positive. And then on top of that, raising awareness for such a good cause. So it feels amazing. And the kind of love and community that comes out of Team Draft is really spectacular and important.
We are very supportive of Team Draft, but when she saw the contest and saw that we could come to taste the NFL and the Super Bowl on her birthday, there was nothing that was going to stop her from winning that competition.
It's a contest where people who are lung cancer survivors, meaning people who have lung cancer, can enter. And they need to create a fundraising website and then circulate it among their family and friends. And there's a spot where you can write in your own story and where you can put up pictures. And so we wrote kind of a short thing about why we wanted to win it and what this has meant to us. And we just got a lot of donations on that site. So this is the first time that Team Draft has done the Super Bowl Challenge, and I really wanted to win it. And so I posted it on Facebook, and then what happened was a lot of our family and friends started reposting it and sending it around, and so it just kind of started spreading among people who knew about Team Draft, who knew what a big fan of football Paul was, and who knew what a great cause this was, and it just kind of took off. And I actually had to keep raising the goal. So initially I set a fundraising goal, and we got so close to it that I raised it. We got so close to it that I raised it, and so it just felt amazing to keep raising it. And I'm thrilled that we raised that money for Team Draft. We're in Arizona. We're here for Super Bowl 49. It's crazy. Yesterday we were in the locker rooms, down on the field. I can't even believe they let us go on the field. We took our baby, we put her on the grass. It was just incredible. I felt like we were celebrities this whole week, and we haven't even been to the game yet.
We already left lung cancer. We left it over in the parking structure, and they're going to just have a great time in the stadium. And it's just awesome to be a part of making that happen. And thank you, all the people that supported, all the people that donated. Thank you guys for really believing in the Super Bowl Challenge and knowing that when we're in this fight, we have to celebrate and love the folks that are willing to stand up. Our survivor advocates, they need to be refueled. And then we have to realize this is about life. Research doesn't matter. None of this matters unless we're talking about life.
Well, that was a sweet game until the last 30 seconds, the last 1 yard.
Very memorable.
It was a great game to watch in there.
When you have a terminal illness, you end up making a decision about whether you're going to be living or whether you're going to be dying. And you realize every day you wake up, you're alive, and even if you're dying, until the day you actually die, you're actually alive, and you get to go on doing all the things that matter to you and that give meaning to your life.